What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Today we have a special treat as always. Let's go check out what we're working with. Oh man, look at that burl. This is another piece of cherry. Crazy figuring going on in this guy. I got to give a big shout out to my buddy Jason over at Smoke Banshee Barbecue for donating this piece off of his smoke wood pile. So if you guys would head on over to his Facebook page, and it is just this Smoke Banshee Barbecue on Facebook. Tell him Todd over at Duke of Heritage sent you over there, and tell him to get his arse in gear and get a YouTube channel fired up. I've been trying to talk him into it, and I think he might need a little extra push, but he is a pit master extraordinaire, and I know a lot of guys out there that want to learn. Anywho, the project that we are going to be attempting, is probably going to be one of the more complex pieces I have done. We are going to be making a resin and wood wine glass with this piece. So let's get started. All right, so we got the piece flipped over here, got it propped up a little bit. I'm going to be using this picture as our mold. Again, I think it'll give me plenty of room to work. Just going to get this laid on here and try and get a general configuration of how we want to get this cut on the bandsaw. Now I want to leave some negative space for the top of the glass so we can have a little bit of a transition into the resin. I'm just going to mark this out, and we will move over to the bandsaw. Just want to be real careful because we only get to cut this once. All right, so here is our piece of cherry. This is going to make up the top cup portion of the wine glass. So we gotta fit this into the mold, something like this. And I am going to move forward here on the next step. We're gonna create a waste block in the bottom that doubles also as a mold for our flute. So I'm going to cut the outside diameter so that it fits pretty snug on the inside of our mold, and we're going to bore out the center of it to allow the resin to flow through the center and create a column of resin for the flute of our glass. Alright, I think that's gonna work out pretty much perfect. Time to pick some colors. So I picked a couple colors here. Just gonna get this stuff mixed up and get this poured.
My wife picked pink.
My wife picked pink.
Oh yeah, here comes the good stuff.
I guess we'll figure it out. Look at bottoms on wheels.
I have a bottom is on wheels. She's looking at you like, where's the hippopotamus?
Okay. All right, so we got this all poured up. It's a little over full. But yeah, let's get this in the pressure pot, get it under pressure, and hope for the best. Check back with you tomorrow. All right, guys, well, today is tomorrow. Let's take a look inside the pressure pot to see what we're working with. Let's see what we got. Alright, well, we got some problems here at the bottom. What do we want to do with that? I don't know if you can see that. There's some. So, it looks like I may have to do another small pour in the bottom here. But that's no fun. That's a whole nother day. Alright guys, so we got our blank here up between two centers. I'm just gonna start out by cleaning up this outside area of the resin until we get to our wood, get that rounded out. We'll find our maximum outer diameter for the top side. Alright guys, so here's what we're working with. We got the outside knocked down to our maximum OD, just to the point where we got all the resin cleaned up, most of the resin cleaned up off the wood. After I was getting done finishing up with that last night, I was taking a look here at what's going to be our base, and I wasn't too happy with the amount of material that was present here, so I actually went ahead and I did another half-inch pour on the back here, just to ensure that we have enough material to transition into the stem. From here, I'm gonna go ahead, get a mortise cut in the backside and get this flipped around up in the chuck, and then I will bore out the primary mass of internal material before hollowing, and then we'll get into some shaping. Sound good? That's enough to hold our piece. So I got the Jacob's Chuck in our tailstock, 2-inch Forstner bit. We're just gonna go ahead and do the majority of our depth cut with this so that I don't have this much stick out when we're doing our primary hollowing. So nice and easy, fingers crossed. All right, not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. Please. All right, so now usually when I'm doing some deep tailstock support like this, especially in this case because our mortise is actually made out of resin, and now granted it's good and strong, but I don't necessarily trust it to hold vibration all that well. So I like to use these little rubber plugs. I took the hardware out of this obviously, and I'm going to use that internally. That's what my tailstock's going to come up against. We're just going to tighten that up in there, and the thought is that that rubber will absorb some of the vibration while still maintaining our forward pressure on the piece. At least that's my thought. Hopefully we have enough reach. Contact! Alright, I think I'm getting pretty close to the outside shape. I don't want to make this too thin until we get into hollowing. I just wanted an outside contour, so I had something to shape to. Like I said previously, I'm not 100% confident in this mortise. So, my nerves are a little racked about hollowing this. It's just going to be a nice and easy. Alright, so I got a little half of a steady rest whipped up here in hopes that would help support this piece. As you can see, as this is all resin on the mortise, and that just creeps me out a little bit. So all the support I can get, especially when hollowing. I would hate to lose this now. So yeah, just some extruded aluminum, nothing fancy, nothing special. But yeah, let's get to this hollowing and see how this goes. Guys, taking a look on the inside. Pretty well hollowed out as far as I'm comfortable. I don't have my outside shape necessarily determined yet. I wanted to make sure we took care of all of the hollowing. We had a nice, thick, secure stem. So we're going to reset up the live center, re-secure this piece. I'll probably keep this little steady rest thing in place. As you can see, we got some awesome clarity through this piece. But yeah, now the only thing that's left is to just secure the shape. Keep rolling it in, and then eventually we'll end with the base. So yeah, let's do that. Away we go. Alright guys, so before I do any more cutting down here in the stem, I'm going to do my best to get the inside sanded up so that we're not putting any more force or energy into this piece while it's rotating. I just would hate to break this. Would break my heart. We got the inside sanded to 320. I'm gonna go ahead, get the outside sanded. Just trying to be real careful about order of operations so we're not putting too much pressure on the stem here. Eventually we're gonna cut this down thinner. I'd like to get most of the cup itself finished before we start working on that, just so that we're not flexing her too hard. So I'm gonna go on the outside here, 80 to 320, and we'll go from there. We are gonna have to do some more cutting down here in the bottom just to shape this nicely and with the stem. So I know this looks a little funky. I'm not gonna worry too much about this. Just want to get a bunch of this work out of the way. You can see it's a little flexy. Alright, so sanded out to 600. I'm gonna get to work on this stem. A little nervous. Yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, I think we're about there for sanding. Just gonna get some of these little scratches out, and then we're gonna pick up with some sanding sealer in this burl wood. Yeah, alright, time for some sanding sealer. I'm gonna use some Mylans this time on this guy here. Alright, looking good, looking good. Alright guys, well, we are sanded out to 600 grit. I got 2 coats of the Mylans sanding sealer on the wood here. So now I'm thinking about how I want to finish this. And a couple of weeks ago, the good people over at Acks wood paste sent us along an abrasive and polishing kit. So I figured this would probably be a good project to give them a try, to see how this works out on a resin wood hybrid. So moving forward, I'm going to do the finish on the inside first while we have my my little steady rest here in place, and then we'll support with the tailstock from the inside, finish the outside. I think that's probably the best way to go about this. So let's try it out. Can't quite reach to the bottom of this, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of work with my high-tech handy dandy stick. But I think it'll work out. As long as we get enough in here. Alright, moving forward, going with the polish in on the inside. Let's take a look on what we got. As far as I can tell on the rim here, the resin, we got a pretty high luster. We'll have a better idea where we're at once I get the outside finished. Get some light in there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. You can see the reflection in here from the opposite side. A real high sheen going on in there. Let's go ahead and get the steady rest out of the way, or get the tailstock set up to support our piece. And we'll polish up the outside here. All right, we got our tailstock in place. We're gonna get to doing some polishing on the outside. Now there is a little bit of flexibility in this stem yet. We're on I think day 3 of the resin cure. It's pretty hard, but we got some leverage on it, so I just gotta go real nice and easy as we're polishing this through. Might take a little longer this way, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I'd say that's looking pretty good just for an abrasive paste. All right, let's hit it with the polish. Alright guys, here we are after the Acks polish. Very happy with the result. I think though I'm gonna go one step further and we're gonna get a friction polish on here. I use Woodshop high build friction polish. I'm gonna just try and get this burl wood to pop a little bit more. I'm very happy with the way the resin came out. Just get a little extra shine. Hopefully I can spin this up fast enough to get the friction polish to work properly, but I guess we'll find out. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go through, maybe get one or two more coats on here, get it all cleaned up, see what we're working with. It's done. Let's go check it out. All right, guys. Well, here you have it. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a tough one. Nerve-wracking. You know, thinking to yourself at any point in the process it could self-destruct on you. But no, I'm really, actually pretty proud of this one. The burl figuring is gorgeous. I love the way the colors came out in the resin. All the way down to the base here. I will leave slow rollers at the end as usual. I want to thank again Jason, Smoke Banshee Barbecue. Check him out on Facebook. The good people at Acks Wood Paste. Thank you so much. Really like the product. I will be using it in the future. If you guys want to try out some of their stuff, link in the description. Duca10 coupon code, get you 10% off. If you guys like this stuff, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us grow, share it out there on social media. It helps immensely. Other than that, love you guys. Till next week.